the American Action Forum co-hosted a webinar with the Bipartisan Policy Center and the National Employment Law Project. National Employment Law Project. What were the key points you made during your talk there?
Well, this really was a discussion of what should the UI system look like, especially in the midst of this pandemic and associated recession. Obviously, one of the hot button issues is the federal supplement, and the folks at the National Employment Law Project are very committed to the $600 federal supplement, unchanged for a long time. I'm less convinced that's a good idea, and so my points were, let's be honest about the fact that it's a disincentive to getting people hired. That disincentive is both, if I'm making more on UI, I might not want to go back to work. It's also true that if you're an employer and people are making more on UI, you might have to raise your wages in the midst of a recession to hold on to the workers you have, and that's an impediment to hiring. Either way, the same dynamic is in place. So as we go forward and we more and more rely on the private sector to generate income for people, and it's important to remember that is happening. If you look at the August employment report, the growth in payrolls, so you think of people, their hours, and their wages, all three can be growing. The cumulative impact was payrolls were growing at an annual rate of 20% in August. That's really fast. That's a lot of income being generated in the private sector. That's what you want. So if that's happening, you want that to be the way people get income, not a federal program. So let's bring the 600 down some, acknowledge that it's an emergency provision. So specifically say it will go away. We want to plan for it to go away. And so that means a phase out in my view. Then you just have to figure out where you're going to start. And to me, the work we have done at AAF on either the work disincentives or how much do you have to give minimum wage workers to make sure they're not in poverty, it says you start at somewhere like $300 or $400 a week, not 600. So we're a little at half or a little more than that as a starting point. And then it phases out over the rest of the year. That to me seems like the right middle ground. That is also right in the middle of where they politically are. And so if they could get to a deal, that seems like the right deal.
Mm-hmm.